Hello and welcome to Kit's Photography for this week. In this week's episode, a city night shoot. Hello and welcome to Kit's Photography. I'm Kit from Bremac Photography here in sunny South Australia. Welcome to my channel. And welcome to the show. In this week's episode, I conducted a night shoot. I went to the city of Adelaide at around 11 p.m. and I took photographs around the River Torrens. Now, I didn't have an opportunity to actually film it, so instead I just had stills. And seeing as I didn't have that many, I thought, well, what I'd actually do is this week create a video of a compilation of night photography that I've taken over the last 12 months. So this ranges from dusk till about midnight, and at different times of the year, summer and winter. But what I thought I'd do is show you these photographs to see what you think of them. In this compilation, I have included a number of different aspects of photography, including obviously night photography in the city. I've included things like astrophotography, manipulating photographs, rain photography, as well as a few others as well. I really hope you enjoy, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. So first up, the city at night. As you know, this is one of my favourite places and times to photograph. The lights in Adelaide at night just look amazing. Now these photographs are not taken in HDR, but they are taken with my D850 at night, and they really do bring out all the colours of the night. Now this is the same photograph here. You can see how I've captured the oval and part of the moon at the same time. That's really, really important because you don't want too much moon because otherwise it'll take away from the image. As you can see here, this one here has less moon and is a much more powerful image. Reflections on water always look fantastic at night. And with so many neon colours, it really just expresses itself so much and says, look at me, I'm the nightlife. These images were taken last week. The bridge across there with the reflection really does work well. Again, these are not HDR, but they look fantastic in that way that the colours are really standing out and the colours look really rich. Now these ones here are HDR, and you can see the difference. Everything stands out a lot more, but the colours themselves are not necessarily so bright. Making this one black and white really does make a difference. See, HDR allows you to see the background very clearly. This is a similar image to one of the ones before, but again, this is HDR, and you can really see how all the colours are visible. Although the HDR does remove some of the colour and the brightness here, as you can see. Whereas this one here, you can really see all the colours standing out. And that's the beauty of a really good HDR photograph. This again is HDR, and I know you've seen these photographs before, but it's still a decent photograph. Now dusk. Dusk is a great time to photograph. Now you can see here with this one, keeping the horizon and the moon in makes a real difference. Now making it blurred, you can also really see how it changes the photograph so dramatically. Dusk is a great time to photograph because the light is just absolutely perfect. And these are just by the beach, thistles, but they really bring themselves to life. Now nighttime in the rain. Now this photograph you've seen before, I took this about 10 p.m. in Seaford, only using natural light, and it really brought out an excitement in the photograph. These ones here taken at Port Noarlunga. Again, beautiful images from this time. And this one here, with a bit of a harsh setting to it, changes the photograph dramatically. And of course the jetty in the rain. The rain really makes a difference. And manipulating night photography is also something which is really good fun. You can take something quite boring, like this picture of a tree, and you can change it. So a tree with the moon, for instance. Now, I have done moon tutorials before. You can always go back and have a look. Now, adding those two together, and you get something a bit more interesting. So the moon and a tree, both in focus, looks quite interesting. You can do the same thing with the city. I think this photograph looks much, much more interesting. And finally, my absolute favourite, astrophotography. Obviously, this is my favourite photograph of the full moon. You can see such detail taken at 500mm. And then, of course, the Milky Way. This one here taken at my doorstep. And then the final photograph taken on Kangaroo Island when there was no light around. That's been Kit's photography for this week. I really hope you've enjoyed this very short compilation video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, it really does help the channel, and I'll see you next time.